working that craft, man. That's all it's about. Once you do it, you know, a certain amount of times, it just becomes second nature. It's muscle memory after that. And somebody gets in front of you, you end up doing the move without even thinking about it.
But my band, dude, I don't know what happened. So I lift in mine, but you see that? See how like the one dark side like fell off?
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's like broke. So I noticed it because I cut my finger one day, and I was like,
just lifted in mine the other day, and then it had scratches on it like crazy now.
Yeah, yours is legit.
It's new.
Yeah. Are those like diamonds in there or?
Yeah, baguettes.
Okay. What's a baguette? Inform me.
It's a specific cut of the diamond. So they had to specifically cut all those.
Wait, so how was the wedding day?
It was great.
Did you guys do like a destination wedding? Or?
No, we did San Clemente, so it was out here.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That's still a destination wedding to most people.
To most people. My family for sure. My family's from North Carolina, so not all of them made it, but it was amazing. And I wasn't even for the whole wedding thing, but once the wedding was going and everything.
Because you guys have been together for a while now, right?
Like 10 years. Mm-hmm.
And so you guys finally had the big day.
Years.
Yeah, Jackie and I are coming up on 10 in March. Mm-hmm. But the wedding day, bro, my wedding day was like the best day of my life.
I'm telling you, it was the best, like one of the most exciting.
What was it like when she walked down the aisle for you?
It was crazy.
Like, walk me through that headspace.
Try not to cry.
No, I remember for me, so did you guys do like a first look where you saw each other? So
No.
it was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, dude, there was this wagon that came down the aisle and it was like, here comes like the love of your life. And bro, I don't know, like, you know how movies, it'll like zoom in on the person's face and then like they'll start like seeing things in the future, bro. It was like that for me. Yeah. And I just started like, I wouldn't say weeping, but like I could barely see through my eyes. It was like tears everywhere.
Yeah, her dress was just amazing. I'm like, damn, she did that. It's crazy.
It was a big wedding?
No, we only had like one. It was 115 total.
Okay. Did your kids all have roles? Did you put them to work?
Yeah, so the two oldest girls, they were the flower girls, and my son drove out on a little Jeep because his favorite song is the Roddy Ricch. Got the new 4Gs on the Jeep. That's his favorite song. So he drove out to that by himself. He was nervous. He brought me the rings. So.
He was nervous?
Oh, he was handing his mouth the whole time. He was shook.
Dang. You mentioned your family's from North Carolina. Was that where you were born and raised?
North Carolina, Greensboro. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you like have brothers and sisters?
Oh yeah. Got a brother. That was my best man. Two brothers.
Okay.
One was my best man, the oldest. The quarterback I had, Cal.
Yeah.
He was the best man, and I definitely got a sister too.
Okay.
Younger sister.
Wait, so you said your brother was also your quarterback at Cal?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
How was his speech?
His speech? He didn't even give a speech.
He didn't give a speech?
No, I left a speech to Pops. Pops gave a speech. My best friend gave a speech. Both my best friends gave a speech. So.
That's awesome, man. So many memories to be had. So growing up, like in North Carolina, was football always in the cards for you?
Oh, man. That's all we did.
Really?
That's all we did was football since I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
Football. That's it.
See, out here, you can't get in the pads until you're like 9 or 10. So I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and my parents, they had me in the pads at like 5, 6 years old. We were running around. I mean, the pads were, the size of my body, and so it just looked like little soldiers.
Straps way down here.
Yeah.
Oh man, first game I got hit. My chin strap hit my Adam's apple. I thought I died.
So did your dad like play sports? Like what got you into sports at such a young age?
They didn't make it out. They played high school. That was it. I had 11 cousins, 10 boys. So we all was around the same age group. And the oldest cousin, he always picked us up, go play in the neighborhood. And it was, fun all the time.
Did you always play receiver?
No, I didn't play receiver until my junior year in high school. I was a running back.
Okay.
Which explains
a lot.
Explains my cutting and my elusiveness, kind of. And, I went from 5'10" to 6'3" in 1 year.
And that was in high school?
Yeah, 10th grade going to 11th grade, I shot up.
So at what age, like in your childhood, were you did you know like you wanted to play professional football?
I'd probably say I was like 9. I just knew I was like better than all the kids I was playing.
You knew
against.
you were better than your cousins.
Oh, for
You're
sure.
looking
Cousins,
left and right, and you're like
older brother, cousins. It didn't matter. They could none of them stay in front of me. Like my juke moves were just elite. I don't know.
Who was like your biggest like coach or mentor growing up? Like, or was it kind of just
still my step pops, moms, the support that they've always had has just been crazy. They've always took that step, took that role of being there, helping us along the way. Step pops would stay after practice with us, whatever I was struggling with. I remember there was one time I was getting shoestring tackled. Like I would juke a guy and he would fall and still hit my leg because I wasn't picking my feet up. So we stayed after practice probably about an hour and a half just doing one drill. Frustrating to me, but next time we played, it showed up. So
that stuck with you though? I see you after practice, like just standing in front of those pop-up bags.
Yeah.
With Josh Palmer and the guys, and like you'll literally just be like working on one move for
absolutely
tens of minutes up to an hour.
Yeah, just working that craft, man. That's all it's about. Once you do it, a certain amount of times, it just becomes second nature. It's muscle memory after that, and then when somebody gets in front of you, you're gonna end up doing the move without even thinking about it.
You mentioned like your stepdad. Like what about your real dad? Like what's the backstory there?
Real dad.
Is there any relationship?
That's where we used to play football at. Like I said, an older cousin would pick us up. We'd go down to the neighborhood where my real dad lived. My dad passed away when I was 16.
Okay.
But like I said, my stepdad's been in my life since I was 2. Him and my mom got married when I was 8, which is my oldest brother's father. His dad, and my dad stayed a mile down the street, so we definitely had a relationship. Everything, it was all cool.
What was that like? Not to bring it up, but like losing your dad.
Oh man,
like I feel
the worst shit I've ever been through. Yeah, it's the worst shit I've ever been through. Still struggle with it. Still don't lose him. Think about him every day. It's definitely one of the worst.
Was it something that was like sudden, or was it?
Oh yeah, it was sudden. Stomach virus, just didn't. I don't know. He drank a lot, smoked a lot. Mm-hmm. He was in the Marines, so he had that. I don't know. I guess that whatever Marine people have when they come back home.
Yeah,
yeah,
like the PTSD.
Yeah.
What as a 16-year-old kid, like how did you process that? Like, was there? You just talk about
family.
It with your
my brother, step pops, like I said, moms. Everybody just kind of stayed together. My sister. Football, honestly, got me through it. Every time I got on the football field, I didn't have any problems. I was always tunnel vision to getting what I had to get done and becoming where I wanted to be. So,
was it kind of like a release for you a little bit? So I had Sean Merriman on a few weeks back, and he was describing football as kind of a break. Like he would just, when he was on the field, there was not a worry in the world. Like his problems off the field, were way more than when it was on the field. Like some guys are like, oh man, I got to go to practice today.
Yeah.
Like,
no, yeah, same way. Once I got on the practice field, everything was forgot about. I was only focused on the play, only focused on killing that person in front of me, and
sure,
trying to be the best person in the state.
So what made you? I feel like family is super important to you. Yeah, maybe angle it down a little bit, right there. Boom, perfect. Just like you're in the music studio.
Yeah.
Singing those bars. I don't have a career, so I'm not even going to try. So what made you want to go from North Carolina all the way to the West Coast? Because I feel like you're a West Coast guy now.
Yeah, now I am. Yeah,
you are now.
I did not want to go, to be honest with you. I actually wanted to go to Oregon. I was committed to Alabama, wanted to go to Oregon, and my brother was transferring. He was going to go to North Carolina, but they didn't send his transfer to North Carolina, so he couldn't go to North Carolina. So he ended up going to Cal, where Jeff Teffer was. Aaron Rodgers, Cal Bowler, all those big-time quarterbacks come out of there, and he was like, I think I'm going to go to Cal Berkeley. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to just go with you because at this point I still got that same mindset. Like,
is he older than you?
Nobody going to stop me. Yeah, he older than me. He's 2 years older than me.
Okay, so where was he playing at?
He was at the University of Buffalo.
Okay.
Quarterback.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, him and Khalil Mack played together.
No way.
Yeah. They played together.
It's
I think just for a year though. I think Khalil was there for a year with him.
Okay.
And then he transferred, and I went with him. The rest is history.
So were you going to decommit from Alabama to go where he was going, or was it kind of just, hey, I'm going to Cal, Keenan, and you're like, actually?
So once he's announced that he was going to transfer, he tried to transfer to Alabama, but I was like, no, I think it's a package deal type thing. They just want you because they want me so bad, and don't do that.
And you didn't think that they were going to play him?
Yeah, they wasn't going to play him because they had, who was it? I think it was like A.J. Sims or something.
A.J. McCarron, maybe?
A.J. McCarron. I think he was already there. A.J. McCarron was already there, and he was on this back way out, and they had a guy named Sims who was like the #1 quarterback in the country. Like, nah, don't do it. And then we went to Clemson, and they had Taj Boyd coming in. I'm like, nah, we ain't going to do that either. So let's just go to Berkeley.
Let's go to Cal.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yep. And we thought it would be easy to win the Pac-12. It was not.
Yeah, when you were there, who was the dominant? Was it USC?
USC, it was Oregon still. Oregon would win. USC was good. They weren't great, though. But they were good. Robert Woods, Matt Barkley, Marquise Lee. They had studs.
Yeah, Matt Barkley also came on the show. I was training with him yesterday. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah. Great guy.
He can hit the ball on the golf course.
The
too.
golf course, huh? The first time I seen him hit the golf ball, I
course.
said, I need to learn how to play golf.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, he can smack it a mile. It's unbelievable. I can't play at all. We went to Top Golf together. So I played in the Chargers tournament and then recently in Justin's, and it's like the first time I've played in years. But before those two tournaments, he goes to my church, and we all did like a little event at Top Golf. Mm-hmm. And I go out there, and I'm whiffing or just completely hitting the ball to the right.
Absolutely.
Dude, he is like effortlessly smacking the ball like into the back net.
The harder you try, the less it goes.
And it was effort. It was just, it was smooth.
That smooth stuff. You got to have that rhythm.
I know. We missed you at the Herbert Invitational this year. It was a good time.
I already know.
That's
always a good time.
We played 18, and then it was kind of like mellow. It was kind of like everybody was finishing up, and then all the business execs and everybody's kind of coming in with their gals, and all the boys were sitting in the VIP room, and then we're like, let's just go play 18 more.
Absolutely.
And right now it's like, light until 9:30, dude. We ended up playing. All the O linemen, they were just taking their shirts off, and we played a shirtless round of 18.
Yeah, that second 18.
We had the people rolling though.
Like, it's blurry out there. Second 18.
And we were coming in on the 18th. Michael Badgley's like making everybody keep their shirts off, and the crowd is loving it. They are eating it up. It was a good time.
Feeney, Q.
Feeney was out there.
Sure.
Q. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was really solid. All right, so you go to Cal. Your brother is going to be a junior. You're coming in as a freshman. Was your plan like, hey, I'm 3 and done, and I'm going to the league? Mm-hmm. What was kind of your mindset?
Yep, that was my whole plan. That was kind of why I just was like, wherever you want to go, I'm gonna just get these 2 years in with you. Because if you transfer, you can't play the next year anyway. Like you remember, back then when you transfer,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Back then when you transfer, you had to sit out a year, and half his credits didn't transfer either. So he had to go to a JUCO right up the street, and so I played that rookie year or freshman year by myself. And but when I was 3 and out regardless. So I didn't even go to class my junior year. That's how serious I was.
Really?
Not one class.
So what would your day? How'd you stay eligible?
I don't know. I don't know. I was So
you became an expert negotiator.
I think I had a 1.8, 1.6, and I think the line was like a 2.0. After your freshman year. So I was in the red academic probation. It was sick. I was in the red academic probation. And I just remember the academic advisor coming to me, and she was like, if you don't get this right, like, you're not going to be able to play. I was like, all right, well, I got to do something, like, because there's no way I ain't going to be able to play. That's the only reason I'm here. So I ended up getting it to like a 203 or something like that. It was ridiculous. And then I stayed in academic probation all 3 years.
You became an expert negotiator, getting extensions on papers.
What class do I need to take to where I don't really have to take it? What class is that?
Did your parents have any issue? Like your mom or stepdad have any issue? Like, hey, you need to take your academics more seriously.
Oh no, I mean they didn't have a say so. I was 2,400 miles away, and we didn't have money, so they couldn't just come out and give me a whooping or like they couldn't make that flight. So I mean it wasn't too much they could do. And you need to get your grades straight. I bet I'm gonna do just enough.
So you were all eggs in one basket.
Oh yeah, I was plan A, no plan B.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you, what was your best season there?
Your sophomore year. Yeah.
Sophomore season.
Which is the first year my brother played quarterback, and he was just feeding me.
Were there ever like times where a play was called and you two would just like, I don't know, have like a invisible language where
for sure. Almost every play. It's just like come on now. Come on now. What are we doing? All the time. I used to tell him all the time though, if it's third down, you better not throw the ball to anybody else.
Were you playing inside or outside?
I played both.
Okay.
I played a little bit of slot and Z because we had Marvin Jones.
Uh-huh.
Was at X my first 2 years, so that tandem was crazy too.
Did Marvin go off?
Oh yeah,
second year.
We both had 1,000 my sophomore year.
So you guys were just like an air raid attack.
Oh, it was nuts. But we had C.J. Anderson too, the running back.
Yeah.
So I mean, we did it all. Our O-line wasn't great, but we made stuff happen.
You made it happen.
Oh yeah.
Did so? Is your brother? Is he in the league, or you said XFL?
No. He's not XFL. That was Cole.
Okay.
My brother went to Germany, played I think for 2 years, and then he shut it down.
Okay.
He's working at a dealership right now, which is my dealership. So.
Okay. What's your dealership?
Infinity, South Bay Infinity in Torrance. It's legit.
Is just like a franchise that you decided to open?
Yeah, so we ended up taking it over because they were on the down. They were going downhill, and they were just going to like be terminated, I guess. But my stepdad and mom were in the towing company our whole life for probably like 15 years. And they knew the business, they knew people, and they knew a guy named Kelvin Brasher, and he's pretty much just taken over the whole thing and turned the thing upside down. And it's like we were bringing in 100% of the sales. So.
When did you acquire the dealership?
I think it was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Three maybe 4.
That's awesome.
3 maybe 4 years.
It's so funny because you're sitting here talking about your 1.6 GPA, and now you're out here killing it as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, man.
Where did you like develop your like business acumen since you weren't like I'm not doing this school thing?
I think just having a feel, man, just energy. I'm a big energy guy. If it feels right, I go with it. Obviously, I let my financial people and all my people that does the behind the scenes money stuff, I bring it to them. Let me know if it's good, if it's not good, and if it is good, let's talk about it and tell me why it's good, you know, and let's just see how we feel about it. And if it's a go, then it's a go.
Is that kind of the same approach you take in like training and on the field? Like you're kind of a follow your gut instinct.
Absolutely. I don't really have a schedule. I'm more of a feel guy, like you say. If I feel like I need to go a little more, I'm gonna go a little more. If I feel like I was getting too crazy, my body's just hurting back to back to back, I'm going to tone it down a little bit. And I'm on year 10 now, so I kind of got a routine. I know like what my body likes to do.
Year 10!
For sure.
Double digits.
That's big time, big time. Didn't never think that it would get this far either. Obviously, I knew I wanted to get this far, but just being able to go through it is just crazy.
What's incredible about your story is you went all in on this one thing and like you've committed your life to it, and you've had ups and downs. You're sharing about your dad passing.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to like your knee injury or injuries, I think.
Injuries.
Plural.
Yeah.
And you've just been like Mr. Consistent. All right, let's go back to coming out of Cal because I don't want to skip any part. You're like, I'm coming out after 3, but you only end up going in the 3rd round. So what were you hearing from agents and scouts kind of after that season? Were they like, oh, Keenan, you're like surefire first, second? What were you hearing?
Yeah, so just going back, I had a great freshman year. I think I was just shy of 1,000. I think I had like 8 touchdowns. And then sophomore year, I really blew up. I think I had like 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, it might have been 99 reception. I think it was. It might have been 104 maybe. But yeah, once that year, sophomore year came up, I literally went into junior year saying, I can't get hurt and I need to make every block. I don't care if I catch the ball. I don't care anything about that. I just need to do like the technical stuff so I can like sustain where I'm at. And ended up doing it. Then I got hurt third to last game of the season. Tore my PCL, and then I still was first round draft pick or first round projection.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bet I'm going. Coach Teffer, he called me in the office. He was like, all right, I know you're leaving. So I think
I'm not even gonna try to convince you.
I'm not even gonna try to convince you. I think it's gonna be good for you, and your first round projection. So, best of luck, pretty much. And pretty much a torn PCL, and Coach Teffer got fired, or he resigned as the coach, and they brought in the next coach, and he definitely tried to get me to stay because they had Jared Goff coming in. Yeah, which he thought he's talking, I'll get you 20 receptions a game. I'm like, I'm cool. So I ended up leaving, but the PCL never really healed the whole offseason. And so pro day came around. I went to combine, but I didn't run. I bench pressed, but it was only like 12 reps, 12, 13 reps, which was solid for me. I wasn't.
You can put that up right now.
I'm not for sure. I probably could put that up right now. Yeah. But back then I was like, I hated the weight room. Yeah. College was not a big weight room guy. So ended up running the 40 at pro day, which was a mistake, and I ran the 4.7. That's when I ran a 4.7 on the PCL, and I was just like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. And I think that's
you run a 4.7 at receiver. You
hang it up, cousin.
Well, you're going down at least a couple rounds.
That's exactly what happened. I went down and ended up being a 72nd pick. 10th, I think it was the 10th receiver off the board.
So it was the knee in the 40 that got you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was bad. Even after I ran the 40, I smashed the routes.
What'd you think you would run in the 40?
I probably like a 4.5.
4.5?
Healthy, yeah. 4.5. Maybe a 4.4. Probably not laser 4.4. I don't think I can get a laser 4.4. Definitely 4.5 though.
Which is crazy because you get so much separation. Yeah. And I mean, these cats these days are running 4.2, 4.3. A lot of them.
They're gonna slip on every route.
Yeah.
100%.
They got to be under control, huh?
Every time. Got to be under control. You got to be smooth.
So were you excited when the Chargers called?
Oh, absolutely.
You're like, I'm staying out here?
I'm staying in Cali. Let's go. I was lit, but at the same time, I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were excited, like.
Ready to go kill somebody. Like, it's time. It's time.
So you weren't, I remember my draft night, I was projected third. Mm-hmm. He was like, there's 25% chance second, 50 third, 25% fourth. Yeah. And I had a party on day 2 and I didn't get picked up. And so I remember like feeling so frustrated that I didn't get picked up at that time. And then the next day, did you have like a night 1 draft party?
Yeah, we had a draft party on day 1. Day 1, me and David Emerson, we both came out. We're both from North Carolina. We had the party together. We like, we about to go like back to back, probably top 15, top 25. We're not making it to 30. We both know we're not making it to 30. So I think he ended up getting picked like 28, and I didn't get picked. And I was like, I was supposed to go before him, and I'm not even getting drafted. It hurt. But that was my boy. We still turned up. Mm-hmm. We came back the next day, same party. Mm-hmm. Last pick of the day.
No, seriously. You probably the second round went by and you're sitting there like.
Second round's going by and I'm like looking at the teams like, damn, they don't even need a receiver. I ain't about to get picked for another 7 picks. This shit crazy, man.
So you go to San Diego, which you're the longest standing guy left on our roster, right?
Yeah.
With the Chargers. Yeah. 9 years. Mm-hmm. What talk a little bit about like the time in San Diego versus like now in LA, like culturally, like what do you see as like the differences? Like you've seen a lot.
Yeah. I think when I first got drafted, going into that locker room, already old heads, like that culture you said, Phillip Rivers, Tonio Gates, Malcolm Floyd, Ryan Matthews, Danny Woodhead, Ronnie Brown, LaRon McClain. You go defense, you got Eric Weddle, Donald Butler, Melvin Ingram was a newbie on the team. Corey Legit, JJ, D-line. So they had so many guys, and that had already, had been in the league for a long time and just kind of trying to follow their footsteps. Definitely looking at Gates, seeing what he did all the time. Eddie Royal was on the team as well. So just a lot of old head guys that you can kind of follow, and they already had a routine. They were winning games. They were going crazy, and that locker room was special because I was the young guy. I wasn't like now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're looking at me and now Keith Van Noy, Kyle Van Noy, sorry. Like Joey Bosa, and then after that, it's
Joey Bosa's the old guy.
Joey Bosa's the old guy on the team. That's just like crazy. So I don't think we have any 14, 15 years guys, huh?
Dude, I think you might be the longest,
literally the oldest guy on the team.
I think Kyle's going into year 8 or 9. Corey's going into like year what? Like
Corey came in with. Corey didn't come in with me. Corey might be 14.
Yeah.
Khalil's 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the oldest head on the team.
I might be
Keenan.
the oldest head on the team, and I'm only on year 10, so that's what I'm saying. We had Phil, who was like on year 12. Gates was on year 12, 13. JJ was like 14, 15 years in. Weddle was on like year 10. So we had a lot of guys who you could just like really talk to and really understand.
What was like the biggest change for you going from college to the pros? Like if you went back to that rookie season.
Technique. I was a raw guy. Like I said, I hadn't played receiver for a long time. I was just beating guys on, just making guys miss and getting open, and having my brother at quarterback throwing me the ball every play. So once I got to San Diego, I had no idea how to run routes, no idea how to release off the ball, didn't know how to use no head deception, didn't know coverages like that.
Why do you say you didn't know how? Were you just getting killed in camp?
I wasn't getting killed, but as far as like if it wasn't man, then I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't just beat a guy, I don't know how to beat 7 guys. When it's cover 4, I get rerouted, then the safety picks me up, then he passes me off to the next guy. How do I get past all this? I didn't know how. And having the coach, Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles right now, he just, molded me, kind of showed me every route, every technique, every coverage that I can run one route. And we went through the whole route tree and, went crazy after that. Eddie Royal, when he's coaching it, Eddie Royal's going out there doing it. And it's like, okay, this stuff works. So if I can just get it, then I'll be fine.
Is it something as a wideout? Like I know within the defense, like they ask, like a linebacker, for example, they'll ask us to do like specific things that might be different than what another linebacker, like what I'm going to do might be different than what they're going to ask Kyle Van Noy or K9 to do. Like, is that the same for you? Like, do they say like, Keenan, you're a master at level 1, level 2 routes. That's what we want you to focus on? Or was it something where they wanted you level 3, level 2, level 1, like you had to know everything and do everything well? Like what was that coaching evolution for you early on in San Diego? What did you feel like they were trying to get you
early
to do?
on? It was kind of all about Phil. So you had to know, or you had to know how to do what Phil wanted to, to be able to see. Like he was used to Malcolm Floyd, Denario, Antonio Gates, Eddie Royal, and then you come up here and you're running a route like that. That ain't gonna work because he ain't used to seeing all that. So you got to mold it and you got to fix it to where Phil likes it. So if Phil don't like it, he ain't throwing it. So everything had to be technical. Everything had to be on time, and you had to get to certain spots when Phil wanted you to get to that spot. And I think just being a football player, knowing that I've been playing the game, having that knowledge, and just being able to take the coaching from the classroom onto the field was major.
When did the name Slay come about? When did people start calling you that?
Year was that? It might have been year 4 when I think it was when Jacoby Jones and Stevie Johnson came to the team. We all kind of took on nicknames, became a part of that alien community, and I think Instagram when Instagram started to blow up is when I started getting comments about being a Slayer.
So did you say like my name? Were you like, hey, call me Slay? Or they just came, they were like.
Yeah, like I said, the comments was just like, yo, you be slaying people. You're the Slayer. I'm like, yo, that's kind of fire, bro, because I played a lot of Mortal Kombat back then. So it only made sense. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, those guys, you know, they look like slayers. You know what I'm saying? So that ninja kind of.
What is the
Assassin's
alien?
Creed
You said
type.
the alien community. You got what's that guy's name on your hat?
Yeah, this is an alien himself. This is Team Keenan Allen, AAU team. This is the, you know what I'm saying, the logo.
It's the brand. What was the alien community? Was that just that
So
from
Stevie
like,
Johnson, he came over and that's where we got this little hand motion, and he's the ultimate alien. That's head honcho, and you know, the whole receiving corps just kind of took it on like, we aliens, bro. We different.
We're from like a different
boys.
planet.
Yeah, we from a different planet. These boys can't hold us, and we gonna show them all the time. So
I feel like that's really important. Like that alter ego.
oh yeah,
Like you have to snap into that a little bit.
oh man, it just
Between the
comes on
lines.
as soon as the kickoff starts. I'm not Keenan no more. This is the Slayer. He's here.
That's awesome. My trainer this offseason was like, you need to develop like an alter ego to where you can just like snap into it. And so my thing was, I'm Clark Kent, but I play like Superman. Clark Kent, but I play like Superman.
Yeah, got to.
And like just that mentality of kicking into it. It's so funny because like you'll see guys who on the field, they're just
Not the
they're
same
dogs.
guy.
They're,
Not the same guy.
They're not. And then you talk to them in the locker room. It's like, wait, what?
Soft spoken. He's chilling.
Yeah.
No, these guys are dogs.
All right. I want to hear, because obviously I got drafted. We were in LA. Like, what do you wish they would have stayed in San Diego? Like, I feel like you have enough respect amongst Chargers fans and even our front office, like, have an opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are your thoughts on staying in San Diego? Like, you remember that time when they're like, hey, we're gonna.
So I can
Were you involved
Were
you involved in the conversations?
Hell no. We wasn't involved in none of that. I would say, like, back then it was like, I think we gotta leave San Diego because nobody would come to the games. It would be like we play against the Broncos. It's only Broncos fans. It might be like a section. Maybe if I'm like not even exaggerating, you know how big Qualcomm was?
I don't know how big Qualcomm was, but I know how big.
Let's just say it's 65 to 80,000 fans.
Yeah.
15,000 is Charger fans.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was like the Dig. You remember the Dig?
No.
What was the stadium called? The
StubHub.
LA Galaxy. StubHub.
StubHub.
Yeah.
It was like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we played there and we played certain teams, it was just like we play Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. I remember that.
There might be
Monday night
100 Chargers fans here.
Sunday
The
night
rest
game.
is the Steelers. And it was the same way at Qualcomm. Like when we played those teams, it was like, oh man, this ain't good. Like we had to go silent count at home. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So for the owners, it was like, I mean, I don't think we should even be here. And then I guess they just had the opportunity to join up with the LA Rams and have one stadium, which I'm not a fan of that either, by the way. I mean, I feel like we should have our own stadium if we're anywhere, but it is what it is.
Yeah, SoFi's nice. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the Clippers have their own stadium.
They're getting one.
Yeah, they're in the process.
They're in the
They
process.
shared, actually they did share
Yeah,
it.
they share for a long
The crypto.com arena.
Yeah. Which is terrible too. Why not just keep it at Staples Center?
Yeah. You're a Lakers fan, right?
Oh yeah. Kobe. I'm a Kobe guy.
Okay. So a Kobe over LeBron
Oh, absolutely.
in that conversation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really? Why?
I'm a winner.
Is it MJ Kobe for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not to say that LeBron's not a winner, but when the game's on the line, I don't think we need to be passing the ball to anybody but the guy. And the guy can't pass the ball.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Have you read his Mamba mentality book right there?
I have not.
It's awesome.
Is it?
It's got like all these different pictures. He basically documents like his like regimens, his routines, like kind of his team and like kind of how he was able to evolve into what he was.
Yeah, it's crazy. I watch a lot of interviews.
Yeah. Who were like some of the receivers that you've kind of studied over your career in the NFL to like get better? I feel like a lot of guys study you now.
Yeah.
But like who were those guys that you looked to kind of like mold your game as you were growing up as a young guy?
Chad Johnson for sure. Chad Johnson, he's always had that sauce, always had the routes, you know, the just no wasted steps, big technique guy, release moves. Stevie Johnson, Brandon Lloyd was a big guy when I was a rookie. Brandon Lloyd, Jordy Nelson.
What is like, I guess, the key elements you're looking for in
Technique.
a receiver?
All technique. No wasted steps on curl routes. Kind of like when you do a T-step.
Yeah.
When you drive on the ball, you can't get stuck. You can't have no wasted steps. You don't want to step under yourself. No false steps to speak of. Head deception, leaning the guy one way and making him think you're going a certain way. Just having that feel, like if it's 2-man, you know he's going to be inside, but you still want to win inside, so you lean him inside thinking he's going to push you back to the outside, and then you pop, take him inside. Watching guys like that. We used to watch old LSU tape, like I'm talking back, great film, before Jerry Rice type stuff. Reggie Wayne was a big guy. Hakeem Nicks. These guys just have like ultimate release moves, and they win on every. They can win on every route versus any coverage. That's what we was big on. Antonio Brown.
Yeah, AB was a killer off the line.
Dog.
What is the fine line between like wasted steps at the top of the curl route? Because I feel like in order to get out of that break, you've got to like sink your hips. Mm-hmm. And as a defender, like we're taught like, hey, most routes as a linebacker, tight ends, most routes break 10 to 12 yards. Absolutely. As a defensive back. It's still going to be in that same 10 range. To 12, same range. Mm-hmm. How do you manipulate the defender between like not dropping your hips too early, but if you don't drop them, like I feel like you're going to have a little bit of pitter patter to stop yourself. So like, where's the like fine line for you as you've kind of studied?
I think the main thing is coming off the ball with speed. You come off the ball with speed, the guy has to respect it. No matter, I probably have ran 5 go routes in my career, but when I come off the ball, you can't tell me I ain't running a go route.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So just giving that illusion that I can go past you, and keeping the same, like you say, the same what is it called? The same the shoulder height, I guess. I don't know, the just the pad level. There it is, the same pad level throughout the route, and then he actually doesn't know when you're going to sink, and when you do sink, he can't really tell because you're already in that same pad level of being able to go whichever way you want.
Yeah. So you have a killer first few. Was it what year did you end up injuring your knee?
2016. So that was year 3.
13, 14,
yeah.
15.
I got drafted.
Did you hurt your knee before or after that contract extension?
After.
Okay.
The year after.
So you're killing it your first 3 years, and then you have this knee injury. Mm-hmm. Was it kind of the same knee deal that you were dealing with in college?
No, I actually tore my ACL. So in college, it was the PCL, which was like I probably could have played. Yeah, I didn't want to risk it. And I wouldn't have been able to cut, and play my game how I play my game. And then when I got hurt 2016, it was ACL completely. Boom. As soon as I planned it, I already knew what time it was.
And what was that season of your life like?
Oh, the second worst thing that's ever happened to me outside of my dad and grandma leaving. Getting hurt, not being able to play with the guys, watching them, not being able to help Phil at all.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Did you have like any doubt that you'd be the same guy?
No,
you wouldn't be the same guy.
Not until I put the brace on, and it's like you're running with a brace, and it's like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to move like I'm supposed to move. But then you just keep working through it, and once you make that one play without thinking about it, it's like, oh man, yeah, I'm still him.
Yeah, I know. For me, I don't know if it was, I just didn't think about it as much in college, but I was dead set I was going to be even better.
Yeah.
Like that was my mindset, is I'm going to be even better. I feel like as you get like into the NFL and it becomes a little bit more of like a business, you start worrying about your body a little bit more and taking care of it. But like back then it was just like straight like warrior mode for me. And I was like, I'm getting out there. Like I wasn't even considering like, I should wait a little bit longer. But like, do you remember that season coming back? Like, were there difficulties?
When I got hurt, we had, I think that was the year we had like 5 ACLs. So me, Danny Woodhead, Jason Verrett, we had an all-star team in the training room. We always just said
it was an all-pro.
Yeah, we was literally competing in the weight room. I mean, in the training room to see who can get back the fastest, and obviously Danny did it the fastest because he had already been down that road. He knew exactly what to do. He knew the steps to get right back to where he wanted to be. And I think just following that, and I followed it probably the worst way you probably can follow it because, like I said, I'm a procrastinator. I was in there just bullshitting the first couple months, just like, man, I can't even bend my knee, man. What am I doing? And I got all season. It ain't like I'm coming back this season, so I literally milked it and took my time with it. So, but seeing those guys get back in like 4 months, I was like, oh, this gonna be a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun though.
What was the biggest thing you learned about yourself in that process?
Discipline. That's self-discipline. Showing up. You know, showing up, getting that work in when you don't have to.
Is that an issue for you? I feel like you've talked a lot about today, just like the feel element and just kind of going off your gut.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you do that, maybe there's a little bit less like routine and discipline. Has that been like a struggle for you? Is like developing and sticking to like routines?
I think creating a routine is kind of my struggle.
Yeah.
I don't, but like I
I
said,
feel like
I
you
don't
don't have too many struggles. So
I wouldn't, not a struggle, but like a lacking area that I have is like just sticking to a routine. Like if I do something Monday, Tuesday, but Monday, Tuesday went great, then Wednesday's probably gonna be like, let's get drunk, you know, so let's just drink, let's drink a little bit, and then it's gonna set me back 2 days, you know, and then when you go out there Thursday, it's gonna be like, Monday, Tuesday still was good, so I feel good. So I'm gonna get it in today, and then Friday we probably won't do nothing either.
is that why you like Kobe so much? Because I feel like Kobe was so much all the time, like
All the time guy. His routine was.
So you kind of
4 to
maybe
6.
draw some inspiration from him.
Oh, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
having guys. I think a lot of my life was like looking at people, like not really being a follower, but looking at guys who were good at things and being able to pick up on those things.
Trying to imitate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm interested for you because you had some disappointment like coming out in the draft, like not getting drafted like where you wanted to. I'm interested just like your mindset, like when handling, we talked a little bit about your knee being adversity, but like even more so like play to play, like maybe if you don't make the catch or you drop the ball or you had a bad game, or maybe you're having a stretch of like bad games, like mentally, like what's going on like in your head and how do you like bounce back? Do you have like self-talk, like rhythms that you do, or?
So even when I'm working out now, I envision like working out with Adrian Peterson, working out with Antonio Brown. They're not there, but I'm literally in that mind space of I gotta be the best guy out here, because you, like you say, you always know there's somebody out there working harder than you, and so I try to have that in my mind when I am working out, that I can't let them work harder than me. So when I am on the field and I'm having those bad days, those bad mistakes, it's just like, bro, come on, bro, you good. Next play, we gonna get them on the next one. Period. Like, ain't no in between. Never self-doubt. I probably got the most confidence in the world just when it comes to
where do you feel like you got that
my
from?
ability, that work, putting that work in, seeing it every day. Like I said, you practice it enough, it becomes muscle memory. So when I do beat a guy at the line, when I do smash a guy in the route, it ain't new. We do that all the time. So
when you drop a ball, it's just like, that wasn't me.
That's new. We don't do that all the time. But yeah, that's definitely not me. I'm not gonna blame another guy, but I gotta catch the ball like every time. That's my mindset. Catch the ball every time. And last year was one of my worst years of drops.
So how has that changed like your approach like this off season? Does that change your approach at all? Like
yeah, you talking about with having my worst season?
Sure, drops wise.
Yeah. I attacked this whole off season just getting my eyes right, getting my eyes back to finding the point of the ball, catching the jug machine, all OTAs before we went out. I'm gonna catch 100 balls before we even start practice.
Because I feel like before last season, the craze and the talk, I saw like you retweeting like some stuff was like you never like dropped the ball, and then like they wanted to talk about you dropping balls.
Yeah.
Last season. So did that not like bother you or get in your head?
Absolutely.
Like I can't drop another ball. Like, do you feel like that caused you like physiologically in the game to like
I think
tighten up?
Definitely got in my head once I had that. Cause I'm a guy like I don't know. You ever been playing a video game like on Madden or something, and you doing like your own creative franchise, and you playing like on, I don't know, you can be playing on All Pro, All Madden, whatever you playing on, and you're like 8-0, and then you come across some bum team and you lose, and then it's like, man, I got to start the whole season over because I'm not about to go and win the Super Bowl with one win. Mm-hmm. So I'm the same way with a drop. Once I drop the ball, it's like, fuck. I did not want to put that on the resume. So now every time I catch the ball, it's like, all right, we can't drop another one. And then you drop another one. And then you drop the next one. And then you drop the next one. So you definitely got to have that mindset of like not even thinking about it and going to the next play.
Yeah, the next play, if I was to tell somebody like one of the biggest things I've noticed in the NFL is you have to have the next play mentality because the talent level is so good across the board. And I would imagine this is the case in business. I would imagine this is the case. Anytime you're in the highest level and the competition is it's just right there.
Absolutely.
Like you have to have mental resiliency to like bounce back, play to play, game to game, season to season.
Yeah.
Like that's how you last.
Yeah. And you got to adjust. You got to adjust on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Once you do make those mistakes, figure out why you made that mistake now. Don't wait. How did I make the mistake? Okay, bet. Let's do that.
How has your game adjusted over the course of your 9-year career? Like if you look back on your rookie self versus now, like what elements do you think like, man, I'm so much better here than I was 9 years ago?
Definitely understanding defenses, understanding where I'm supposed to get to, understanding the sweet spots in every defense. I'd say just being with Phil, bro, just him being able to fucking navigate and put you in spots and him seeing the defense before the defense even knows what they're supposed to do. Just being able to pick up on stuff like that, I think is my best. Was my biggest
jump.
Yeah, biggest jump.
What's the secret then on third down? I feel like you've talked about your struggle being zone defense, like when they're just packing all these guys, but you have always been a slayer. There we go. On man-to-man defense, which I feel like is primarily what teams are playing on third down. Specifically, I feel like your sweet spot's that 4 to 6.
Oh yeah.
Is that the reason you're a killer on third down?
It's a left and right game. 4 to 6 is a left and right game. If you can't go left and right, you do not stand a chance. And that's my specialty.
Is the left to right.
Left to right.
It has been since you were a kid as a running back.
Absolutely.
So what's the key then? If I'm the reroute like defender, I'm standing across from you. I feel like you're not thinking about it. You're just
I'm not really thinking about the guy in front of me because I know his responsibility. Kind of like what I'm talking about with Phil. So he's taught me how to know the other people's responsibility. So now I can play off you. So if it's cover 4, you're going to be inside, right? If I'm in the slot, you got inside.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make you play the inside a lot. So I'm going to slide you there. And now I don't have to do it. I could be looking at the top safety. You know what I'm saying?
And you're going out the whole time.
Oh, absolutely. I know where I'm going. I just got to make you play if I can make you play your technique the right way, then I'm going to win 9 times out of 10.
But what if I'm an inside eye defender, I'm inside leverage, and your route is inside?
I got to get a little freaky. And I got to get a little freaky, and I got to put my left to right game up. And
that's when the DNA has to show up.
Yeah, that's when the Allen Iverson crossovers, all that stuff comes into play. Exactly.
The head nods.
Yes, sir.
The whole shebang.
Absolutely. And that's when it gets fun, too. That's why I say every route can be won versus any coverage. It don't matter what defense, what leverage they got, you can win. If you know how to set him up the right way, you can win.
Do you still feel like you love football the way you did when
Absolutely.
you were a kid? Still going into
I love
year 10?
Sundays. I don't know about the practices. The practices hurt now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you can definitely tell a difference in your body now?
Oh, yeah. I got to stretch now.
I see you in the hot tubs before.
Every practice, I'm in the hot tub stretching. It's
Yeah.
crazy. When my first couple steps out of the bed, oof, the ankles, the toes. Just talking to Eckler about it like last week. Ooh, it hurts.
What are I don't want to jump to the mailbag questions just yet, but one of the questions in there was like your routines, like whether it's nutrition, stretching, like what things have you like kind of picked up on over the years that kind of have become staples to your routines?
Yeah.
Is there anything like you do nutrition wise, or
I haven't really been a big nutrition guy. I like to eat what I like to eat. I'm a big carbs guy. I'm a mashed potatoes, rice. I'm a big carb
You're lucky,
guy.
dude.
I am lucky, but I still get
God.
overweight sometimes. So that's why sometimes I've come into camp like 218.
beefy.
a whole 10 to 12 pounds overweight. But, you know, just having like self-discipline to get back to where I need to get to, eat salads. I went, what is it called when you, pescatarian.
Yeah.
I've tried that. I'm not a big fast food guy anymore. So my first couple
when did
years,
that?
Yeah, my first 3 to 4 years,
You were smashing
Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Canes, the whole, not a box combo either. I need the 6-piece. 6-piece. Yeah, so never really had a nutrition.
What about with the, you mentioned like you have a couple of good days, Monday, Tuesday, let's drink a little on like Wednesday. Can you notice a difference like if you drink, like how your body feels the next few days after, or not really?
I can, but I'm a little bittersweet on it. Just because sometimes like when I wake up and I got practice the next day, and when I wake up and I still got that buzz in me, it's easier to get going.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And I don't really like it.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
Why don't you like it?
Because when I'm sober and I wake up, it takes me 45 minutes to get warm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, should I drink a little bit before the workout? But nah, I don't really like to go down that road either.
Yeah, I had Aaron Taylor on, and he was talking about his drinking patterns because he went through multiple injuries, like in the league, and kind of just talked about like how dark some of those like seasons were and how he got too led away with the drinking, and he felt like it took years off his career. So I didn't know if you felt like you could feel like a difference. Like, man, I might have drank too much this past weekend. I can really feel it in practice this week. Like I notice a difference. Like my body, I feel like I'm not recovering as quick.
Absolutely. And just an example off that, this is where I learned that little process from. The year that I tore my kidney, I was a drinking machine. And so
tore your kidney?
Not tore my kidney, lacerated my kidney.
Okay.
And
just from a hit?
Yep, landed on my elbow. I probably would have did it anyway, but you know, my mindset was like, I was probably drinking too much. And my kidneys was like not as strong as they should have been. So who knows? I don't know.
Adjust,
adapt, and
make changes.
Figure it out.
All right, let's talk a little bit like off the field, like what you're doing. You mentioned like the Infinity dealership. I know music has been big for you too.
Big music guy, but I make
talk about the background on that though. Like when did you get interested in that? Man, was that a Cali thing or was that with you on the East Coast?
East Coast for sure. I've been in chorus since elementary school. I've been in chorus. I was in all county chorus in middle school. I've been in choir since 7 years old. My mom always made me go to choir. We had to go to choir practice. Those are like the worst days. Literally the worst days going to choir practice. Leaving football and going to choir practice was not fun. But just singing Michael Jackson, Chris Brown coming out.
Why'd you stay in it then if it wasn't fun?
Because I had to go. It wasn't like an option. Yeah, so going to choir wasn't an option. All county chorus was always fun because we would always sing the Disney songs, and I was a big Disney fan. I'm a big music.
What was your favorite Disney song?
A big musical guy. I think "Tell As Old as Time" is my favorite. Beauty and the Beast.
Give us a couple.
Tell as old as time. I ain't really singing right now.
Okay, you haven't warmed up your
yeah. My vibrato.
Your do re mi's.
Yeah, I just ate chips and Chipotle, so it's a little.
What's
raspy.
your go-to at Chipotle?
A bowl, burrito bowl, chicken.
Yep.
Brown rice, black beans. I'm trying to keep it as healthy as possible.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm tracking so far.
Brown rice, black beans, chicken.
And
then we get crazy. We go hot sauce, sour cream.
Ooh, you lost me.
You're not the hot sauce
I do hot
guy?
sauce on the side because if I go hot sauce on top, I mean, a ladle of the hot sauce on top is I'm on a toilet. Bad. 6 hours later, I'm on a toilet. Bad. And Jackie is like, you're not sleeping in our bed tonight. Their hot sauce, I have figured out, does it to me. But I go the mild.
Okay.
Go mild.
Which is the green?
No, that's the medium. The mild is just like the mashed up. It's the pico.
I'm not a tomato guy. That's the only reason I'm not a tomato guy.
But there's tomatoes in that hot sauce. They're just smaller.
They smaller and it's spiced up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just tasting water and gooeys.
So I go pico and then I go corn.
Yeah.
The corn has been something the past 2 years that's come alive for me. Mm-hmm. I go guac on the top.
Big guac.
But I do the hot sauce on the side.
Okay. And that's for the chips, or what is that for?
So I'll like dab the chip in there and then I'll get
some
of the bowl.
About the scoop of the chip breaking The first
They need to be more stiff.
The first 7 to 8 chips is just crack.
God. They need to be more stiff.
Jesus, I just went through it. It was the worst.
They crack everywhere. So you go hot, sour cream. Do you go cheese?
No cheese.
Okay.
Hot sour cream. Guac,
You got to cut the sour
lettuce.
cream out, Keenan.
Sour cream is the best part.
I know. My wife says the same thing. She gets it on the side. It's almost like a guilty pleasure. She's like, I don't want it on top, but I want to have it.
My thing is, if I put the guac and the lettuce in there, then I'm healthy. How healthy do I got to be?
Yeah.
We work out every day.
I feel like the lettuce actually is like negligible. It doesn't even do anything.
It
looks healthy.
It looks healthy. But
it's not.
It's just the mind.
So don't feel like you have to put it in
We're
there,
faking the
Keenan.
mind now. It's not the body. We're faking the mind.
Yeah. Don't feel like you have to put the lettuce in there, Keenan. It's not doing anything.
It's really not. And it's in the way when you scoop the chips up. It's really in the way.
Yeah. I don't even know what we were talking about. We were talking about music, I think.
Music.
And you were on the East Coast in Al County Chorus.
All County Chorus, music. I was a big musical guy.
Okay.
And then when I went to college, so even before college, I started playing the piano. When I was a junior in high school, one of my friends on the football team was playing Beethoven. And I was like,
is that where you learned to play piano?
yup.
Okay. In college?
No, in high school.
Oh, okay.
High school. Junior year, going into senior year, my friend was playing Beethoven, and it was just like the best thing I've ever heard in my life. So I just had to learn it. He taught me how to play Beethoven. That's the first song I learned. Furry Lease. Yeah, so that one right there. Exactly. And ain't that song just like crazy? That he could think about that? That was like in...
Yeah, some of these artists that...
When was Beethoven alive making songs? When was that? 1870.
Had to be 18th century, maybe?
18th century, and that song will still bang right now.
I know. And like, I took a couple music classes. What did you study at Cal? Did you study music?
I started off in music, failed the first class. So I was like, yeah, we probably not going to do music because this ain't really music. This is like the history of music, and I ain't really a history guy. So I
just want to play the music.
That's what I was. I wanted to learn how to play the music, and we didn't do any of that. So then I went to African American Studies.
Okay.
Typical.
Yeah.
Cliche.
Trying to get out in 3 years.
I'm trying to get out in 3. Give me the best stuff for the best stuff, man. Who gonna give me I need a seat. Who gonna give it to me? Okay, let's go Afro then. Sociology, I'm not about to write no papers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So getting back to the music, is it something that you just kind of kept in your back pocket when you got a little more free time as you established yourself in a league? You started wanting to write music. Kind of where were you drawing your?
I think just having the access. Once I got into the league, I started getting more access to studios, to beats. You know, people just want to give you beats. People just want you to come in the studio now, just because you're playing the NFL, stuff like that. So, and then all my friends are like musical guys. Like I said, one of my friends, the piano guy, he taught me how to play piano. Another one of my friends is like a monster singer. He just got vibrato. Is just crazy. I've recently met Albert Stanage, which is a writer, songwriter, artist. He writes for Ariana Grande.
Keenan, this is impressive.
Yeah, so just having those connects and just being able to use them.
Is it more of a hobby for you, or do you see yourself potentially?
I think it's a hobby right now, just because, like I said, the plan A is plan A. We still on plan A.
I love that saying. The plan A is the plan A.
Yeah, plan A is plan A. We not switching with that. Like Kobe say, we signed a contract and it's non-negotiable. So that's what that is, and so it's definitely a hobby. But I got Snoop Dogg now.
Talk about that relationship. What's the history on that?
I think it's for the community. We came together doing stuff for the community. His kids, his league. I went down there, hooked up with him, coached those guys for a little bit. Went to those camps. We just did a special needs camp last week, which is I think it's called the Snoop All Stars. I think it was the 60. I'm not sure what that name is. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
That stuff. We do a lot of stuff for the community. When we what was that? The Inglewood show we did about us coming to Inglewood in his backyard. That stuff. So a lot of it is for the community, and I think we're going to transfer to the.
Did you just meet through him coming to Chargers games, and he's like, man, I respect this guy's game. And
Yeah,
he was like, hey,
kinda.
can you come coach our guys?
Kind of, but we now we have the same marketing lady.
Okay.
So we both kind of fall into those same places at sometimes. So
What are you mentioned those camps specifically like for the special needs kids? Is that something like you're passionate about? Like, what are the ways like you've enjoyed giving back? I always see you like on the Chargers like community impact team stuff on Twitter. Like, you just like you've loved getting involved since the beginning, or what?
yeah, man. I think just because I didn't have that kind of stuff growing up, we didn't have really anybody in North Carolina, Greensboro, where I grew up, that you could like look at and be like, I want to be like that guy.
Role model.
Yeah, we didn't have any real role models, and so just that, and being able to, give these kids kind of a light at the end of the tunnel that they can see, that they can get to.
Well, it's huge for you because you talked about all those receivers you looked up to.
Yeah.
You talked about
and that too, having
Kobe.
guys once I got here,
yeah,
being able to show me the example rather than saying it.
The older guys in the locker room. We all need like mentors and role models.
Gotta have them,
or else you're never going to improve your own game. All right. Actually, I don't know if I want to, because you said you're not warmed up. I was going to ask you to give us 2 or 3 of your favorite bars, Keenan.
Singing bars, rapping bars.
Either. I guess rapping because, do you have to warm the voice up as much to sing?
I don't even know if I could think of my favorite rapping bars.
Maybe one of the songs you've done. It could be singing too.
It could be singing.
I feel like you're...
Let me see.
You're talented. You can do both.
I gotta... No, I don't.
All right. We'll do it off the air.
Off the air.
All right, let's jump this mailbag question. These questions here.
What is mailbag questions?
Basically, I'll just post on Twitter, hey, Keenan's coming on the show. What questions do you have for him? It's a way for fans.
Oh, okay, yeah,
it's a way for fans to kind of interact.
Absolutely.
Which you have been the hottest commodity on the show outside of Justin Herbert.
Really?
People have been wanting you on all year long.
This Jay Herbo guy is stealing the shine.
He's stealing the shine.
He's stealing the shine.
I was just starting out this show, and he really like took it off to like another level.
He's the reason we got the fans back, if we were being completely honest.
Yeah. He's electric.
Yeah.
He can throw it anywhere on the field.
He's that guy.
He's going to get the ball to Slay on third down.
Come on with it.
He's not going to throw it to anybody else.
He'll throw it to Eckler sometimes.
Yeah. Dang, we already actually answered some of these. So the first one was, how do you keep your joints healthy? Like diet, staples, stretching routines. But I guess like
we struggle with that every day.
Is there anything you do like after the knee surgery that have become like pre-game or pre-practice, like things that you do?
I think just band work for the hips, the glutes, strengthening the hips and the glutes and the adductors is major for me. Just because I go left and right so much, and when they're weak, they give. And I think that's why I tore my ACL.
And when they're not warmed up, they give.
When they're not, So just band work, big bands.
I think too for anybody listening who might like, I feel like low back pain is like, because we sit in chairs.
It comes from that.
We sit in chairs all day. The strengthening of the hips and the lower like abdomen, which is connected to your adductors, but that has been like the biggest thing that has helped with my low back pain is like the internal rotation of my hips. So like my hips to be able to go here, and then like the strengthening down there. Everybody wants to get the sexy abs. They want to do the sit-ups.
The core is major. The
core is major, but I'm talking the lower core.
Yeah, lower
like
core.
Around,
I got you. Growing
around the spinal column, way down there, Keenan.
Yeah, you're
way
talking
down
about
there.
the psoas.
I'm talking about
the psoas is what they call it.
The psoas.
For sure.
That's been major.
Yeah.
That's been huge. All right. We already asked that one. What wide receivers do you study? All right, here's one that everybody multiple times. Why do you feel like you're constantly left out of the conversation as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL?
That is a great question. If I knew, I would try to change it.
It's an answer you're trying to seek.
Yeah,
it's
if
a question
I knew,
you're
I would try
to
to change it. But I don't know. Maybe if I would have went to Alabama.
You really think it has to do with that?
No, I'm just as far
These
as
are
being in the
hypothetical.
light. Just as far as being in the light. I went to Cal Berkeley. We didn't win games there. Went to the Chargers. We haven't won a lot of games. We've had some good seasons, but we haven't won a lot of games.
What's
and
the
we're not
farthest
on
you've
TV
gone?
a lot too. So
What's the farthest
maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Mm.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Which is interesting because USC and Cal are like, see you later.
Yeah.
Or USC and
USC
UCLA.
and UCLA.
Or like, see you later.
Yeah,
We're going
they're
to the Big Ten. Because
Pac-12, who watches a Pac-12
well,
game
nobody
on TV?
does. I remember
Exactly.
when we played.
Even
I
when
played
you watch it, it's like it looks kind of rec league. It doesn't look like a Big Ten game. It doesn't look like a SEC
because the stadium's not full.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
doesn't.
energy, and the real issue is that the Pac-12 is going to dissolve. Is if you like when I was at Notre Dame, we'd play our game and we'd be flying home on the plane. It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night,
Exactly.
and y'all are playing.
Exactly.
And it's like nobody's watching,
up. You
nobody's
got
tuning in.
work in the morning or something. It's
But then you have like, what are you guys going to play like 2, 3 in the afternoon? I just feel like you weren't on TV enough.
yeah, absolutely. We were not,
And so that could be.
and neither of the Chargers.
Well, what was the most successful season you had with the Chargers?
12-4. Yep.
I'm saying in terms of playoff run, like how far?
12-4. We went second round. I've been second round twice. My rookie year.
So you've been to the divisional twice.
Yeah. My rookie year, we went and played. We lost to the Broncos, and then 12-4, which was 2000. Was that 2018? You were here, right?
Yeah, right before me.
Oh, that was right before you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Anthony Lynn, still Phillip Rivers.
You guys beat the Ravens in the
Yeah, beat the
wild card
Ravens.
and then lost to Patriots.
Yeah.
Got smacked.
Whew. Talk about taking advantage.
Y'all got taken
Sheesh,
advantage
they
of.
took advantage of our.
Well, we had 8 DBs on the field.
Yeah, of that. They took
Yeah.
advantage of that.
And they ran the ball down our
Ran
throat.
with Burkhead. Jesus. Shout out Burkhead, man.
Yeah. Gosh. He killed us this past season.
He killed us again this season. Jesus.
Oh, the Texans, man.
They're so good. They're well coached, man. They literally take advantage of whatever you give them.
Yeah. All right. What are your thoughts on Cal and what they're going to do now with USC and UCLA leaving? A lot of questions about that. What do you think they should try to do?
Honestly,
What do you think they can do?
yeah,
What do they have the leverage to do?
honestly, I don't think that they can. I'm gonna say we. I don't think that we can just go to a Big Ten team, a Big Ten conference, SEC conference,
And say, let us in.
Yeah, and just say let us in because we the number one public academic school. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't really competing on those sports languages like that unless
You don't
it's
have the terms.
soccer or baseball. I think they were solid at, but outside of that, we wasn't competing. Basketball wouldn't even compete too much. So, and we had Jaylen Brown, Alan Crabb, Justin Cobb. Come on, man. We can't compete. Nope. We ain't got enough. We don't got enough.
Wow. What do you think is going to happen?
It depends. Is it going to stay Pac-10 without those two teams, or
I don't know.
or is the whole conference just going to diminish? They would have
It's
to go
going to
to
be
like,
interesting what Oregon does.
Yeah, Oregon's probably the
If
Oregon
Oregon
and
leaves,
Stanford's been pretty
Stanford,
good.
yeah, Stanford and Oregon, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I feel like they're the two major historic
Front runners,
football
yeah.
programs kind of holding it together.
Absolutely.
All right, last question. What advice would, going into year 10, Keenan Allen share with your rookie self?
What
It could be one. It could be a couple pieces, like
Damn.
not too deep.
What advice would I give my rookie self? I think don't force anything. Just let the game come to you. Let life come to you. Don't try to go and make things happen. Don't force situations. Don't force extra
Patience.
patience. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sum it up in patience.
I literally was thinking about this on my drive home from training the other day. But it's always this battle as a pro athlete of like training too much versus training too little. And like, where am I at on that pendulum relative to like when my season starts, and how do I like peak here?
Yeah.
But I was driving home and I was like, this is really a marathon.
Literally.
not a sprint. And I treat it like a sprint all the time.
All the time. I just
Like-
want to be able to jump 40 inches tomorrow.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
And our practice starts the 27th. I've got to be like on fire, ready to go.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's true for some guys who are like, you know, trying to like make the team. But it's like, Kyle Vanoy sat in our room and he's like, man, I'm not peaking until November. I was like, what? He's like, how do you think?
I don't even think I can do it though, honestly, because
Yeah.
when I go to practice day one, I'm still trying to impress the coaches.
That's my thing.
Like I'm still trying to be the best guy.
That's the Kobe in you.
Yeah, I can't lose one day. I don't like losing.
But it's a constant battle, and
Yeah.
it goes to the patience thing. And I remember my rookie self. I mean, I couldn't miss like the weight room. Like I couldn't go a couple days without being in the weight room. And now I'm like, man, there are so many more productive things I could be doing to sharpen my mind, to keep my body healthy, to do these things. And I'm learning that like there's a law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
If I'm just out there.
And I think it comes from the kids, bro. It comes from the kids, having kids, understanding that patience. Seeing
They
them
teach you
learn.
patience.
Oh, man.
They were testing my patience so bad yesterday morning, Keenan. I told my wife that too, and she's like, you just need to have more patience.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I'm with you.
She
on
has
that.
way more patience than I do.
Oh,
but
it's
they
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I don't think my wife ever raises her voice.
Yeah.
How?
My wife is the same way. She's so angelic with them. She's an angel with them. And I wish I had her patience. I need more time away from the kids than she does.
Yeah.
I come home from work and it's like, man, I got to go in the trenches, but I need some Drew time.
Time.
For me, it's like I just want to sit on the couch and get my phone out and play a game of chess or two.
Yeah.
I'm not on the MLB.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, brother.
No doubt, man.
This has been awesome. And
Appreciate you having me.
there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about you.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're closer now.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you sharing. I know it's going to bless our listeners.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you having me. Appreciate it.
And hey, if you're in town, go buy an Infinity.
Definitely go
from
to South
Keenan
Bay
and
Infinity.
Torrance.
Get you something nice. You don't have to be an Infinity. We can get you anything you need.
Boom, boom. All right.
Thank you.